Okay, I'm a little early because I'm feeling squirrely. Someone's got to tell me something. Does the video look okay this time? Or is it real close up like it was last week? Someone please let me know right now. Hey, Matt Class, you got to tell me something. Is the picture okay? Because that shit last week, man, that pissed me off good. Yes. Probably some of my best material ever. And the damn picture was right up on my face. Okay, everyone's telling me that it looks good today. Oh, thanks, fellas. Thanks. There's my main Callie, the Dina Sods, Alan Christopher. They're all here. Everybody's here. Good to see you too, Alan. This is the second break on through of 2023. Man, I feel last week was some of my best material because whenever you get me riled up about something, that's when I'm most passionate. And I'm very passionate about social media pet peeves. And the whole damn thing is messed up, you know, showing you up my nose hairs, which I trimmed a little bit ago. There's my man Clinton Zilla. Ken McGill's with us. Welcome, everybody, to another exciting edition of Break On Through. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started, man. I got a lot. I didn't think I was going to have a lot to talk about today, but I do have a lot to talk about today. And I'd like to start the show with us all taking our Break On Through brew and holding our glasses high in memory of Lynette Hardaway, also known as Diamond, of Diamond and Silk. Apparently she passed away last night, and to her, rest in peace. David says, thanks for all your work with the great Janice Blythe. Well, dude, it's my pleasure. It's been a real thrill to get to know her and hear some of the stories I've always wondered about, you know, straight from her. It's been great. You know, she's kind of taken over her page now, which was the goal from the beginning. So you guys go check it out. It's Janice Blythe Scream Queen on Facebook. Go and join and comment on her post, and a lot of times she'll answer you back. You know, she loves to hear from her fans and stuff, so check it out. The G.G. Allen shirt that I drew back in 1987 and I'm just now capitalizing on, I now have that in size small. So for the two of you out there that require a small, I have small now. It's on the Big Cartel store. You can listen to some Break On Through and go to your computer real quick and order one right now. I'll get it in the mail to you tomorrow. That's just how good I am. Can you dig it? All right. Got some rock and roll news for you. Our good friends from the left coast in Hammerlock will be on the East Coast next week. January 12th, they will be in Tampa in a secret location. Because Tampa's not going to put up with that shit anymore. January 13th, they will be at Rascals in Jacksonville, Florida. On the 14th, they will be at Shovelhead in Longwood, Florida. And on the 15th, they will be at BT's Pub in Brooksville, Florida. You can't check them out on Facebook anymore. They were permanently banned, so you have to go to Instagram. And you can follow up with this information that I just gave you. Well, since we're talking about rock and roll shows, ANTiSEEN has got some booked. Now, a few of these are confirmed, but I have to wait until we decide when we're going to announce. But I will tell you the cities and the date. On March 10th, we will be in Shreveport, Louisiana. On March 11th, we will be back as a return engagement in Mobile, Alabama. And on March 12th, we will be in the great city of New Orleans, Louisiana. That's right, Mike Thrower. Gumbo time when you get down there in New Orleans. Now, in April 6th, we will be in Hotlanta, Georgia. On April 7th, we will be here in the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. I haven't got the green light to announce yet, but I'll put it to you this way. It was the first club we ever played in Charlotte. And it's tentative right now as to 8th or 9th. They're kind of flipping back and forth between Chattanooga and Knoxville or Johnson City. See, we have a new booking agent. I'll give that information when I get the green light on it. See how everything, I'm kind of giving the Break On Through listener a little bit of a sneak peek into what's going on. So there you have it. The first shows of year 40 are already starting to come about. And do not forget, September 30th, 2023, at Ground Zero in Spartanburg, South Carolina, will be our 40-year anniversary show. Now, you've heard it. You heard it here. So don't make posts. What's your damn anniversary show, son? I just told you. I told you when it was. September 30th. Spartanburg, South Carolina. Now, just recently, I made a post on my Facebook page. I got quite a bit of response on it. Well, I think it was. I mean, you might go, damn, you didn't get 25,000, damn. I don't get 25,000 anything. Dollars, nothing. Y'all can change that by going to Big Cartel today, though, son. But I want to tell you, I'm going to go way back into time when the only people that existed were people that had some damn sense. This is the 1970s. I had not yet formed my first rockin' teenage combo. But I did toy with the idea. And one of my friends, early school friends, still a friend to this day. We don't see each other nowhere near as much as I'd like to, but my friend Randy Sides has a 1950s Les Paul Jr. Now, if you want to get an exact visual of what I'm talking about, now, I don't expect y'all to remember every damn thing I got hanging up in this place, but do you remember that Aerosmith poster that I used to talk in front of? It was Aerosmith on the midnight special when they had their name real big in orange lights. Brad Whitford is playing an exact model of that guitar. And Randy was really good. If you talk to him now, he might say, oh, no, I'm not that. He was always really good, and he was natural. He was a natural at it. And I remember he had a music book that he kind of self-taught himself, but he had this instructional record. And, man, we used to play it all the time. And, like, the song is only like a couple seconds. I wish I was set up in the living room where I could have played this for you. And, but a long time ago, Sears used to sell K guitars. And, the guitars came with a book and a record to teach you to tune and teach you to play and stuff. And, we used to listen to that record all the time, man, because there was a song on it called Warthog. And when you put the record on, the guy comes on and goes, Warthog. Then he plays this sleazy Stones type. And we thought that was the coolest, nasty sounding shit we've ever heard. Oh man, I that song, that tune never, ever, ever escaped me. Even when Randy and I had gone our separate ways in life and, you know, didn't see each other for decades and decades, I always remembered that record. But see, I couldn't remember that it was a K record. I just remembered it was an instructional, and I always looked up guitar instructional 7-inch Warthog. And I never could find it. Never, ever, ever. I always looked in singles and record stores, you know, and never could find it. Well, another old friend whom we were separated by time for decades, Mike Cook. He and I recently reconnected, and Mike Cook, you think I'm a guy that knows a little bit about a lot. This guy knows a lot about a lot. And, man, he figured this out. How to look up that song. Like, the guy's name that wrote it and played it is Jerry Ackley. And, I talked to him about that. We were talking on FaceTime, and I told him about this record. But, man, there's this record that, you know, a buddy of mine that we had back in the 70s. Man, this is like 76. And 75, maybe. And I just love that record, man. I've never owned a... I even asked him about it. We recently spoke at a wake for another friend of ours' father. And I said to him, hey, Randy, you still got that record that... and he goes, yeah, Warthog. He knew what I was going to say. He didn't say whether he still had it or not, but... anyway. I tell Mike Cook about it, and then, like, I think a day later, he sends me a link that someone posted it on Instagram. I posted the link, the Instagram link, in my post on my page, and lo and behold, through the magic of Discogs, I am now in possession of said record. What's it worth? Well, I paid $18 for it. What's it worth to me? A lot more than $18. Will I buy every other one I see? If it's within my price range, yes, I will. Why, J. Clayton? Why do you think you need 15 copies of Warthog? I don't know. That's the way I get about some things. I'm sure some of you are the same way. But I'm very happy to have that record. Well, damn. I'm at the top 10 already. I think I can spread this out a little bit. You know what? My main Jeff Williams of Stop Talking hit me up on text last week and said, you know, gave me a top 10 idea. Like, I really appreciate y'all giving me the ideas, because like I say, just off the top of my head, I don't even know what to tell y'all. But man, somebody tell me this though. Did I ever do a top 10 of Black Oak, Arkansas? Did I? Did I do that? Some of you guys that have watched every episode, do you remember that? Well, anyway, he sends me an idea, and usually I like to do things just like bam, like I don't like to sit and think about it too long. Now, so I'm pretty sure I did too. I think I remember talking about Lord have mercy on my soul and all that stuff. All right. But anyway, Jeff gave me the idea to do favorite. Now, he didn't say 60s, but when someone says to you garage rock, isn't that what you think of, the 60s? I do. That's what I think of. And I guess there's a lot of debate as to who's garage rock and who's not. Now, I saw a bunch of lists that included the Kinks. Now, I don't know that I don't think I include the Kinks as a garage rock band. Now, their early sound was very influential to most garage rock bands. But man, I think it's safe to say that most those garage rock bands from the 60s were basically being a poor man's Rolling Stones. I mean, if you ever get the chance to see the movie Riot on Sunset Strip, Chocolate Watch Band is in that, and man, they are fantastic in that movie. And man, you see it right there. You know, they're doing the Stones. Well, is that bad? No, I mean, I don't think it's bad. You know, they definitely wore their influence on their sleeve. All right, who don't, right? But like some groups, I just consider 60s rock, like Paul Revere and the Raiders. I don't really consider them a garage rock band. Now, some of you might think, "Damn, Jeff Clayton, you got garage rock all wrong, son." But you know what? I'm going by what I consider garage rock. And all these will be from the 60s. And then, like I said, I like to go just what rolls right off the top of my brain when I think about it. Like I write out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I may not do them in order, but I just write what pops, okay? All right, that's enough explaining. I'm going to go ahead and give you my top 10 60s garage rock songs. Damn, Mike Thrower, you just threw one at me and messed up my whole damn list, man. Yeah, I forgot the trash man altogether. Oh, well, here we go. Number 10. This song is by a group called the Count 5. Now, I know what all you saying. Damn, Jeff Clayton, man, that was predictable as hell, brother. You're going to go with Psychotic Reaction. Not for number 10. For number 10, my favorite garage rock song is the Count Five covering a song by the Impressions, which are one of my favorite R&B and soul groups, led by Curtis Mayfield. Man, I love the Curtis Mayfield covers by that, and a lot of these bands back then covered the Impressions. But my number 10 song is by the Count Five covering "You Must Believe Me" by the Impressions. Now you go listen to it when Break On Through's done. You go listen to "You Must Believe Me" by the Count Five, and then listen to the Impression, or vice versa. And I'm gonna have to give an honorable mention right here because now, does any one of y'all know who Hourglass is? Hourglass was early Allman Brothers band. Right after the Allman Joys. And they did a fantastic Impressions cover of "I've Been Trying." Man, I'm telling you, I love the Impressions. But I'm telling you, Hourglass, their version of "I've Been Trying," man, it almost topped the original. It's damn good. But I didn't really consider Hourglass garage rock. Nah, Looking Glass was Brandy and Jimmy Loves Mary Ann. This is the Hourglass. They only did one album. And I guess some singles. But their version of "I've Been Trying" is in my honorable mention. I mean, they were real influenced by the Yardbirds. Most of the Southern rock groups from the 70s were really influenced by the Yardbirds because of all that guitar work. You ever think about that? Leonard Skinner, they all love the Yardbirds. Number 9. To me, one of the greatest garage rock bands of all time. And I had the pleasure of seeing them in the last 6-7 years. And they were great. They were great. I'm talking about the Sonics. And one of my favorite songs by them is my number 9 on my top 10 garage rock songs. Boss Hoss. About saving up money to buy a car. And the car's Boss Hoss. Damn, that's a good song. It's a real Boss Hoss. Real Boss Hoss. Love it. Number 8. This one is by a band that has one of the greatest band names of all time. Question Mark and the Mysterians. And I know what y'all say, damn, you're glad we know what this is 96 Tears, son. No, you're wrong. It's not 96 Tears. It is the Question Mark and Mysterians version of the Tommy James and the Shondell song, "Do Something to Me." We were covering this in the Jeff Clayton Dimension before we got derailed. But don't worry, that's all about to get back on track. I know I talked a big game there for a little bit, but of course we had a problem with a drummer. But "Do Something to Me." I like Question Mark and Mysterians' version of it way better than Tommy James and Shondell's, and that's saying a lot because I like Tommy James's version too. Now, a long time ago, the Whiskey Rebel Phil Irwin and myself used to work at record shows. We used to go down to the one in Austin, Texas at the South by Southwest record show, and we would work the WFMU radio record show up in New York. And we were up there one time and they were having a cave stomp. Now you think, damn, y'all must have gone to damn cave stomp, but yeah, we didn't. Man, we were just like, we were into going up there, selling records, getting a big dinner and going back to the hotel room and just talking and listening to music. We should have gone, though. It was Question Mark and the Mysterians were playing Cave Stomp. We just noticed all these dudes, these older dudes, older than us at the time, well, all walking around with the, you know, the bangs and the, you know, kind of like a Johnny Ramone or a Brian Jones hairdo. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I kind of like it. I mean, I don't want to do it, but it's cool seeing fans. They're really into that stuff. It's pretty cool. But my number 7 is by a fantastic band with a very charismatic frontman by the name of Sky Saxon. The band was called The Seeds. And if you're going, damn, Jeff Clayton, we know. You're right on this one. Pushing Too Hard. Now, if you came up listening to English punk rock, you might know that song as No Escape by Chelsea, because they stole it. Man, they stole Pushing Too Hard. They stole Born to Be Wild. But, yeah. Number 7, Pushing Too Hard by The Seeds. A close runner-up with The Seeds, Can't Seem to Make You Mine. There is a great video of them on YouTube, of them playing some TV show, and I cannot remember the name of the TV show right now to save my life. But they're playing in someone's living room, you know, and the young people are like dancing around, you know, and the old people are like... I guess it'd be like if Cattle Decapitation came and played in my living room. I'd be like, what the hell is this? What the hell is that word on their damn drum say? All right. Number 6. This is going to throw you off, I think. Probably not. Some of you guys are really versed in this stuff, and I like that. But number 6, by a band called the Standells. Now, I like some Dirty Water, but it's not in my number 6. My number 6 by the Standells. Sometimes good guys don't wear white. The Standells were also featured in the Munsters. The original, not the Rob Zombie Munsters. The original Munsters, I think in season 2, maybe. I don't know. There's only 2 seasons. But yeah, the Standells were in the Munsters. I guess it was 1966. Now, my number 5. This is one of... If the Sonics are up here, this next band is like right here, man. The Music Machine. The Music Machine appeared twice in my list. And I know what everyone's thinking, Talk Talk, which Talk Talk is a great, great song. Alice Cooper covered it, and he did a great job of it. But man, my favorite Music Machine songs, they're on that album, their first album. Well, my number 3 is not. But anyway, Music Machine. My number 5, Masculine Intuition. Them boys couldn't get away with writing that song today. The woke crowd would be, well, what are you talking about, masculine? That's toxic masculinity. Woke is a joke, and if you follow it, you go broke. Masculine Intuition by the Music Machine. You know, they had a great gimmick. They all wore one black glove on one hand. I think that's cool as hell. It's the little things. Number 4. Now this is where y'all go, damn, Jeff Clayton, you like all the mainstream shit. Okay, you got me on this one. Number 4, by the Count 5, and it is their biggest song, the one they're known for. I think when people say garage rock, this might be the damn first song that pops in their head, man, but it's Psychotic Reaction. Psychotic Reaction. A perfect song. Now, these next 3, you know how I do, y'all. The next 3 could be a tie for number 1. And if you don't listen to any, like if you hear my top 10, you go, damn, I ain't never heard that song, and you want to go listen to it. If you don't listen to any of them, I want you to listen to my number 3 and my number 1. Tonight, can you dig it? I want you to listen to it right when we get done with Break On Through. My number 3 is also by the Music Machine. And this song is called Double Yellow Line. Double Yellow Line by the Music Machine. Number 3. Number 2. This band also appeared already in my top 10, but they're just that damn good. I can put them on. I put them above the Music Machine. I put them above the Count 5, who have each appeared twice in my list, and this band has too. The Sonics. I've discussed my love for them before. Psycho. And I got the pleasure of doing that song with my side band that I once had called Jeff Clayton and the Mongrels, which hopefully, I saw Mark Rainey on here. I don't know if he's still here, but I'm hoping there will be a 12-inch version of Jeff Clayton and the Mongrels LP in the near future. Me and Mark Rainey, we got a bunch of plans for 2023, 2024, man. I'm telling y'all. Well, you hear that, Mark? You hear Jeff Clayton and the Mongrels, 12-inch EP, I guess. But everybody hit a thumbs up or a heart or something if you want to see a Jeff Clayton and the Mongrels re-release. Hit it! You got to tell me something. There they go, look at them go! Man, that's thumbs everywhere. That's thumbs and hearts. Oh, baby! You're driving me crazy. Damn, that's a good song. It's my number 2. Well, damn, Jeff Clayton, if you love damn Psycho at number 2 so much, what could number 1 be? Number 1. And you might think, oh, damn, Jeff Clayton, you're making some big-ass claims now there, cowpoke. But I'm telling you, I'm thinking one of the garage rock national anthems is Louie Louie. Now, the Kingsmen made the song popular. They didn't write it, but they made it popular. A guy named Richard Berry wrote it. But damn, there's been a lot of good covers of Louie Louie, right? The Stooges did Louie Louie. Motorhead did Louie Louie. Black Flag did Louie Louie. And you're right, Clinton. Motorhead did a killer version. Black Flag did too. Stooges did too. I'm sure there's a half a dozen, there's maybe 2 dozen other great versions of Louie Louie. But in my humble opinion, hands down, the best version ever, and I'm talking ever, of Louie Louie was done by a 60s garage band called the Swamp Rats. Swamp Rats, Louie Louie, number 1. I learned a lot about 60s garage stuff when Joe and I asked Dale Duncan to join ANTiSEEN back in the mid-'80s. When Marlon Cherry was moving to New York, Dale Duncan stepped in for a while. He played on Honor Among Thieves. And he was much older than us. He was like 10 years older than us, man. I think. Yeah. And we were just like, and he was turning us on. Man, he's the guy that turned me on to Rocky Erickson. Well, he's the one that solidified things with Rocky Erickson. I had heard of Rocky Erickson before. A buddy of mine from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, sent me a version of the Shit Dogs doing Two-Headed Dog. And that's where I first heard about Rocky Erickson. He showed us videos. But he turned us on to the Swamp Rats, the Sonics, all that stuff. Man, it's just like he opened a whole new door for us. And I think you can tell a little bit about that, how that influence came. You can hear it in Honor Among Thieves, I think. And the Swamp Rats were just, man, it's like, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a picture of the band. I don't think I ever seen, there's probably no video of them anywhere. But when you hear that, it's just like, man, it's got to be, their shows had to be fucking nuts. But if you don't believe me, tonight, your break on through homework is to listen to the Swamp Rats, Louie Louie on YouTube. Music Machine, Double Yellow Line. And the count 5, You Must Believe Me. Oh, an Hourglass. I've Been Trying. Greg and Dwayne singing together. Fantastic. Well, I got about 10 minutes. There's David Moshing, a.k.a. the Orange Beanie, is here with us live on Break On Through. Anybody got any quick questions for me? We got about 10 minutes left before I wrap it up. I'm going to give it a few seconds here. And if none of them are coming in, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I'm going there and roughhouse with Little Coleman for a little while. Nothing? Well, you must believe me. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. As always, thank you for showing up and listening to me talk. Please keep sending me ideas. Top 10. All right. Okay, Malcolm just asked me my opinion of the 2 final Grand Funk albums, which would be Grand Funk Lives and What's Funk. And man, you know what, Malcolm, I love Grand Funk. I don't think they could do no wrong, and I don't think they did wrong on those albums, but they just didn't live up to the rest of it. It's like, I mean, first of all, a band that was so, like, came up with some of the greatest record covers of all time. And those last 2, you could tell the record company got in the way, man. Like, I know, all right, that's not the damn record. The cover ain't, but you know, the whole package means something. But that What's Funk is just terrible. And I may have to go back and listen to the records at some point and see if that's still my opinion. But Eric wants to know about Eric Peters. He wants to know about top 10 wrestlers. Man, that's another 30 minutes now. Have I ever done a Nardwuar interview? Nope, he's never wanted to interview. We saw him at one of our shows when we were playing with Blowfly up in Canada, but he wasn't interested in talking to old ANTiSEEN. What am I going to do? I'm just a guy from North Carolina. I'm working class. I can't tell people who to interview. So y'all want to hear next week what my top 10 wrestlers' music is? Because I can do that. I can do that. Well, anyway, thank you for sitting and listening to me. I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you coming, and I appreciate all of you that have to listen on the replay when you get home from work, or when you get done with dinner, or when you get up early the next morning getting ready for work and got to listen. I don't care when you listen to it. I like you guys being here live with me, but I understand a lot of people can't. But I appreciate the views. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate all of you. And I'll keep doing this as long as you want me to do it. How about that? Well, it's true. It's true. That's what we do. And I'll see you next Tuesday when we break on through.